Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to Deathmatch in 1000 Lies. Let's see how this goes. Alright. I thought you would have noticed by now. He doesn't even open his eyes as he rests atop several side by his side chairs, only inches away from me. For a second I think to myself that he's sleepwalking. For an entire year you've been coming here every day, and you didn't even realize that this is your classroom. His words seem incomprehensible to me at first, but when I take a look around the room, I realize that Dennis is absolutely right. I noticed, and I don't even study here, but you didn't. You should stop trying so hard, you know. Although I must admit that I know all about your recent escapades thanks to a certain noisy someone, I guess that's how I recognize this classroom so quickly. And Dennis raises his finger index as he says it, then slowly drops his arm. What follows his action is a short silence that I can't answer to. I know quite a bit about your clown antics, you know. A facade that everyone around you went along with. Everyone does it anyways. It just, how do I put it? If your right leg starts to hurt, then you should say so, you know. I'm paralyzed when I hear him mention my right leg. Up until now I was unconsciously massaging it, somehow or another. He managed to notice my actions even despite having been asleep. Dennis finally sits up. He stretches his arm out and waits for his mind to unfog from his nap. That's assuming he slept in the first place. Oh, I don't want to say anything in case I'd bother you, but I'd also like to win the prize. It's pretty good. Right now, we're sitting here doing nothing. I was starting to get suspicious about why weren't you trying to leave this room. First of all, I don't even know what the prize is. Second, if you're so eager, you can up and leave like Oz did. By all means, don't let me hold you back. Still here because I want to follow your plan, like usual. You're our leader after all, right? I place a finger on my forehead and sigh. I guess I'll have to get my act together. Don't complain later on it if you can't keep up with me. But I'd like information in exchange. What's the prize? Oh yeah, I haven't told you yet. The prize is... In a flash, 1,000th of a second, so quick that I can't react in time. The parquet against the door is blown away and fell on one hit. A torrent of chairs and desks is created around us. The whole scene is eclipsed by the outline of a man as he passes through the doorway, seemingly too low for his height. Are you kidding me? He wears the clothes of what appears to be a grade school. Short short shorts and a shirt that extremely tight on his excessive figure. On his back, he carries a backpack with a modern cartoon motif, like the ones you see on the TV nowadays. In his right hand, he carries a huge minigun that appears to be light despite being the type of firearm that you'd only expect to find attached to a military choppers. In his left hand, there's a recorder. He might have heard us talking, or maybe he's a messenger of my cursed destiny. Nonetheless, he's here. It's the body bastard! As if I'd suddenly activate a voice-operated switch, I notice a red sparkle gleam in the eyes of that huge man before he shoots at me. Is he a robot from the future that wants to hit me, or what? How does he always manage to appear at the worst of times? Dennis and I lay down some tables as a barrier, and together we take cover behind them. This way we can buy some time as we discuss our plan, ignoring the sound of the projectiles hitting against the tables. It's a bit too old to be grade schooler, don't you think? This is your fault. Why did you let someone like him sign up? It's a pretty convincing costume if you don't pay too much attention. He has a recorder and a drink. That makes him stand out even more. Why would anyone bring a recorder to a survival game? The minigun's engine stops rotating and a terrible noise made is silence. Dennis and I look at each other puzzled. Without saying another word, we try to take a peek over the wooden blockade. Our enemy pulls one of his hands up to his pocket and pulls out a round object with two of his fingers, throwing it in there before hitting it with his recorder like a home run. Whatever it falls next to us. Oh, I see. He wanted it to bat grenades. That's funny. Son of a... Somehow we managed to leap away in time and take cover before the grenade explodes. The precocious state of the classroom played in our favor. There are a lot of places for us to hide. In that moment, taking advantage of the time it takes for him to start shooting, again my teammate and I nod to each other, convinced that we won't have another chances like this. We counterattack. We run out from our hiding place, ready our weapons, and then start an all-out assault against the target we couldn't possibly miss. We stop our fire soon afterwards. We're now confident of our victory, but once the smoke clears up... What? Does he have a health bar? The minigun's barrels start rotating once again, forecasting another burst of projectiles. And if that wasn't enough, when I try to pull the trigger of my submachine gun, it makes a clicking sound. I'm out of ammo. This is the type of moment where I usually wouldn't be able to do anything. Every idea collapses inside my mind, and I can't think clearly under much pressure. But not this time. I'm able to look around me calmly, check who's close, and analyze the situation as it is the present moment. My mind should be immersed in chaos right now, yet I'm having a lucid moment, like no other I've had in the past 7 years. I have to grasp this opportunity. Level 3! That's all I need to say to cause Dennis to nod in agreement. We jump out from different directions, crawling along the ground and behind furniture. We manage to stay alive, and so we turn to confront the baldy. The two of us have both played enough of that first-person shooter from the arcade to know what I meant by level 3. I have no idea what he meant. No matter how strong or intimidating our enemies, they can only shoot at one target at a time. Since Dennis is the only one of us with ammo, it's his job to offer cover fire so that I can move about freely. Meeting my own expectations, I managed to locate the flaming doodle I wanted to see in one of the desks. I may not be the king anymore, but my talent hasn't been lost. Get ready! I run towards the desk and jump on top of it, steering it directly in the stocky baldy's direction. This strategy would be totally impossible on a normal desk, but that isn't the case with this one. I sought out Oz's desk specifically, knowing it would be modified. Don't underestimate the power of a sled desk! I charge straight to the giant before he has the chance to react. His body collapses on top of the mountain of desks and chairs that he'd tossed around the room when he first entered. But that isn't all there is to my plan. I know that I'll need something else to put a stop to him. I'll have to steal one of the grenades located near his waist. Thanks to my exceptional sleight of hand, seasoned from many years of cheating in poker games, I managed to snatch one of the grenades from his belt. I turn around and head to Dennis's direction, trying to ignore the extreme pain I feel in my right leg. The grenade flies across the room and over my head until it finally falls directly on the baldy's chest. Boom! There's shrapnel everywhere. A hit like that had to be lethal to any human being. But I know that our opponent this time is far stronger than any other human I've met. Should have taken another grenade. Amazing leader, but I'm afraid that we'll have to do something else if we want to get out of this alive. The wrecked body of the baldy starts to raise itself and moan in anguish, disoriented as if he had just awoken from a very long dream. We don't have much time left. How much ammo do you have? I've got less than 10 shots left. It's not enough to finish the job, I'm afraid. Then I'll have to repeat the desk trick again. It's too dangerous to get close to him now, and if he catches us, our best chance is to end this in one shot. My desk should also be modified, if we can find it. Dennis chuckles and strokes his chin while he interrupts me. I'm pleased to see you so determined, sir. I ignore Dennis. I'm more focused on finding the desk with the tacks on its legs. Your desk is that one. I noticed it earlier when I tried to distract the big guy. If you want to climb on it, I can push you. It's not like you're in the best condition to do it yourself, am I right? I know that he's talking about my leg, but I opt not to say anything. I go over to the desk and ensure that it's mine. I'm gonna get on it, but wait until the baldy stands up. I'll need a good push. You know, sometimes I wonder if Pygmalion truly got what he'd wished for. I don't understand why Dennis suddenly brought that reference up. I look at him, puzzled. I remember that Pygmalion was the protagonist of the myth he mentioned during one of the committee meetings. A man creates a statue, falls in love with it, and then it comes to life as he wished. It's not like magic or gods actually exist. If that story had really happened, it'd be easier to believe that it was thanks to the king's situation that he managed to make his dream come true. He probably had an entire court and nation under his control. It'd be fairly simple for him to find someone that looked similar to the statue and accept her as his lover, right? But the story that present generation recall is the one where love creates a miracle, a happy ending without lies, no matter how well-meaning they might have been. After all, he will forever be remembered as a romantic. That fact only confirms that his subjects probably loved him a lot, since they remembered him in such a pleasant way. That's why I want to believe that there truly was a happy ending, and that it wasn't all a white line. If there exist bad moments to start reflecting on irrelevant stories, it's pretty obvious that Dennis picked the very worst of them all. He smiles at me in a way that I don't know how to respond to. Meanwhile, the huge beast that I could barely knock down earlier finally raises up once again. His glasses fall... what glasses? Fog up from his angry and heavy breathing, but the lack of clarity in his vision doesn't seem to affect him too much, since he tracks us solely using his ears. He brings one of his hands to his waist and with his thick fingers grabs all of the grenades he has left, removing all their cords at the same time using his mouth. I scream something nonsensical as I try to warn Dennis that we must get out of the way. He, however, doesn't seem perturbed. Maybe his reaction is appropriate. After all, whether or not we try to hide doesn't matter. Shrapnel will fly in every possible direction, and there isn't enough time for us to escape through the exit. Unless... it was fun, even for our plan didn't work in the end. Oh, we'll use sled desk to get out of there. But, well, without him, after all, unfortunately. I could ask him to run. Ask him why he's still standing there. I could ask all kinds of things, but I can't find the words for any of them. My time is up, Sir. It's not something to regret. After all, I'm not the one you have to prove yourself to. Dennis touches the desk with both of his hands and pushes it with all of his might. This was the original plan, but it wouldn't make sense to follow it now. Anyway, instead I'm sliding toward the exit. Dennis watches me fly away with his usual lazy gaze. I can see the several grenades that the Baldy had thrown in his desperate attack fly over Dennis's head. My partner, meanwhile, waves goodbye to me with one arm, and with the other, he stretches it out like he did back at the arcade, aiming his gun at one of the grenades hovering over his head. Try to win, okay? And with those last words, Dennis shoots. Distracted, I crash in the hallway's handrail, causing me to fall off the desk, thanks to the momentum. I lose sight of my classroom during my fall, and the noise from the explosion leaves me deaf for the next couple of ensuing seconds. But I don't have any weapons now, as well. In an automatic survival reflex maneuver, I managed to grab a hold of the handrail of the lower floor. As scared as I am, I managed to climb up over it and drop to the floor below me. I can feel my heart beating so quickly that it feels like it may pop out of my chest. My mouth feels dry and I'm having difficulty breathing. My legs, especially my right leg, hurt to the point that it feels like they could explode anytime. Oh, stupid, you want me to win? I don't even know what the damn prize is. I have my suspicions what the prize is, to be honest. But I will not reveal it to you. Because why not keep the secret? Sorry. I opened my eyes. I took a quick nap. Now I feel a bit better. At least 10 minutes must have passed since my rather dramatic fall from the upper floor. It wasn't long ago that Ziva announced the second round of eliminated teams through the PA system. That means I only need to survive one more round to win this game. The problem is that I don't have much time left. I have to score at least one kill soon if I don't want to be eliminated. After all the work we've put in, I'd hate to hear our team's stupid name being announced. Now I have no ammunition or teammates left. With the state I'm in right now, what's the best strategy for me to follow? The school is deserted. There is not a single soul around. I managed to climb down to the first floor without meeting any resistance. It's normal for there not to be many players left now. Chances are those who have already managed to fill their kill quota now lay in hiding, waiting for the timer to run out. However, this situation is abnormal. I would have expected to at least find one or two teams barricaded somewhere in here, but it's as if they have all disappeared into thin air for some reason. Hello? Anybody hear you? It's stupid of me, but I call out loudly. Even if someone hears me, I doubt they greet me or reveal themselves. Someone assaults me from behind with the butt of the rifle, then disarms me by throwing my submachine to the floor and forces me against a nearby door with a kick. The cold barrel of a rifle is against my forehead. On the other end of the farm, there's a feminine figure whose distinct laughter echoes throughout the lobby. I can't believe it's you, sir! What were you thinking giving your position away like this? Even though she looks happy to see me, Lucy asks me to raise my hands and forbids me from making any false moves. I couldn't wait any longer to see you, Lucy. Please understand. Were you so desperate that you had to offer your life to me? I'm sorry, but the gentleman's role doesn't suit you. Are you sure? What if I told you that this was part of my plan? No, Oz. Of course, Oz won't show up. Lucy doesn't even react. My plan is to distract her, but all I managed to do is to force her to push her rifle against my forehead, with even more force. That's going to leave a mark. Who in their right mind would announce an ambush? Do you think I was born yesterday? It always works in the movies. Do you always have to make a fool of yourself when we're together? What? After all this time without seeing each other, I was expecting something even worse from you. Better. People usually expect better from others, lady. I'm aroused when it comes to you. And here's another fun fact. I'm going to shoot you right now. You don't have any teammates hiding around here, so you're useless as a hostage. Lucy keeps bumping the rifle's barrel against my forehead, forcing me to push myself even closer to the door behind me, to the point that the doorknob is digging into my side. I have to buy myself some time. I try to come up with a plan as quick as I possibly can. Wait, you can't know that for sure. What if I'm fighting your team right now? Can you afford to risk that? That's impossible. Did someone wipe out your team already? Yeah, I did myself. I put bullets in both their backs as soon as the first round started. Are you crazy? It's not my fault. It was because of this game's format. Ziva made it that way, so it would destroy teams from the inside. What are you saying? Haven't realized it yet? They only gave us 2 weapons for teams of 3. They gave us almost no ammo. The rules say that our team needs at least 1 kill per round to survive the game, but doesn't specify which kind of kill. There are 3 rounds with several teams of 3, so everyone was worried that their own teammates would betray them after the first round, especially when the winners gave points to their respective school. But these teams can include students from both schools at the same time. Not to mention that the big prize is exclusively to only one winner, so individual points are more important than team points if you want to win that prize. Killing your team also helps to wipe out the competition for it. Can't you see? The game is evil. Ziva has tried to provoke us since the very beginning. I had to finish my own team off before they could do the same to me later. That explains why everything's so weird. Now I understand why we saw players from the same teams fighting amongst themselves. Us guys don't fall for that kind of trickery anyways. It's totally a woman thing what with your evil thoughts. Save your taunting. You won't distract me with your sexism, especially not after everything I've seen here today. It's all thanks to those teams betraying each other that I've managed to clean this floor off. You should have seen how they all tried to run away and go up to the stairs. My second attempt to distract her fails. Everyone always falls for sexism. And now the worst part is that I expect that this woman is some kind of insane psychopath. My back hurts more and more due to the doorknob digging my back. Then I realized that there is something weird about it, so I tried to turn it stealthy while I keep trying to make Lucy continue talking. That explains why the 4th floor was basically hell. You seriously are the alpha and omega of problems, Lucy. I'll take that as a compliment now, if you allow me. Wait a second, just one last thing. What is that damn prize everyone keeps talking about? Why is everyone so freaking obsessed with it? Your attempts to buy time are getting worse, CR, as if there's anyone who doesn't know about it. But I'm serious, damn it! Farewell! Lucy pulls the trigger, but I managed to avoid the bullet dime. I fall down, it's only thanks to the fact that she was aiming at my forehead, that she missed me by a hair, literally. Now you know, kids, if you're going to shoot someone, always aim for the heart. That way there is less margin for error. Shooting people is so bad, don't follow CR's advice under any circumstances. No, really, don't do that. I'm serious right now, okay? Don't do anything stupid like that. I use my wave to my advantage in turning the doorknob as I fall. I manage to open the door behind me and roll inside the room as soon as I hit the floor. Inside, it's totally pitch black, causing Lucy to miss another shot due to the surprise that is turn of events creates. To be fair, this room is always locked, so I'm really lucky that I managed to get the door open. Before Lucy finds the light switch, I manage to conceal myself behind one of the many rows of seats in this large room, making it almost impossible for her to find me. Sorry. We're in the auditorium. Whoa, not bad, Sierra. It would have been a pity. Oh, fuck. Alright, now I have a problem. Because somehow... Alright, it works now. Not bad, Sierra. It would have been a pity if the hunt had ended too soon. But you're just delaying your demise. Look around you and you'll know what I mean. You're unarmed and there are only a few minutes left until this round is over. I bet you haven't even gotten a single kill yet, or else you wouldn't have announced your position like that earlier. I'm not in a rush, I don't have to come out of any hiding spot, and if from my position I control all the exits this room has. There's no blind spot once you raise your head. Lucy walks up the stairs and to the stage. She places her long sniper rifle on the edge of the stage and lays down her right eye peering through the scope. Now she can cover the entire room. There isn't a single area that's out of her sight. Her facial expression and how she happily swings her legs back and forth reflect her privilege. Since that bust, babe, I've always wanted to settle our score, you know? The result of the match never satisfied me, and nothing we did after that ever really had a clear winner. During poker and the arcade games, there were more players, so it wasn't really fair. Even if we take those into consideration, we would still be tied. And let's face it, in the game, he annihilated you, okay? So this game is the real deciding factor, our true final battle. May the best one win, but that person, of course, is me. I sighed as I sit in a small space between two rows of seats. She's completely right, my situation is desperate in every possible aspect. Except for one small detail that she doesn't know, an ice up my sleeve that I managed to snatch during the first round. I had it reserved for an emergency, such as this. Of the two guns we were given, Dennis took one and I took the other. A small handgun that, even if it was real, it would still likely be mistaken for a toy. It isn't just that it's short range and has a lack of utility, it also only has one bullet. One single bullet left. I can't afford to miss this shot. There was little I could do with a gun like this before. Now at this distance and against a sniper, my chance of victory is negligible, if not entirely impossible. There is no other way, huh? Lucy is humming softly, pleased to have this situation under her control. Her eyes alternate between the two sides of the room, especially the doors leading to the hallways that I'd inevitably have to take if I want to fight or run. From the corner of her eye, she detects some sort of movement and shoots it down by following her instincts and using pure talent, without even knowing that it actually was. Did I hit it? As soon as she's done shooting, she senses something moving in the opposite direction, but by the time she's done reloading, it's already too late. A bit afterwards, another small object appears between some of the seats, this time a few rows in front of where it happened last time. She shoots at it with crushing reflex and skill. It doesn't matter if she only saw it for a second, she managed to notice what it was this time. Was that a shoe? Taking advantage of her gun being a bolt-action rifle, I only have a few seconds between each shot, giving me that much time to move freely while she reloads. Knowing her personality, she always acts before thinking first, so I use my shoe as bait to make her waste her a couple of bullets, while I try to reduce the distance between us. It's like an extreme version of the red light, green light. Unfortunately, I knew I wouldn't have too many more chances to trick her once she realized what I was doing. Did you just throw your shirt too? It's not the first time I've seen you half naked, but you could at least try to be a little romantic about it. What would your mother think if she found out how easily you take your clothes off in front of others? I'm going all in. I know that the risk is over the top, but it's all I can do to distract her. Take this as a special favor to you and don't complain about how I treat you later. I would never do that, sir. Now, for example, you gave me away your position by speaking, how could I complain? Although I can see her, I can feel the pressure of her scope set on me. I hold my breath. This is probably the most dangerous bet I've made in years, if not ever. I have to bet all my chips on the single game. My chances of success are below 10%, and that being generous. It's now or never! Something moves in Lucy's scope. It jumps up and removes itself from her vision. But she doesn't shoot. Her finger moves into position, but doesn't pull the trigger. She knew it wasn't me. Now she's waiting for the moment that I can come up. But I don't move. I stay in place, immobile, awaiting my opportunity. The reason I spoke earlier was to hide the noises I was making. By making her talk as well as I was able to discern her current position. Several seconds later, the latest flying object I'd thrown falls where I'd hoped it would. Huh? What is this? These are your pants! It goes even better than expected. My pants fall in front of Lucy's face, temporarily blinding her. Scared from that revelation, she jumps backwards and stands up, then runs several feet back as she tries to shove my pants away from her as if they are cursed. She, of course, forgets to pick up her rifle. She blushes and complains as I take the opportunity to jump on the stage and aim at her. And no, I won't make a dirty joke about pistols while I'm only in my underwear. I'm not that uncomfortable. Where'd you get that gun? And why'd you throw your pants in my face? Are you crazy? They are just pants, not a weapon of mass destruction. Well, if it were Oss's pants, then maybe. Then those must be disgusting, but not mine, lady. The stage is big enough that it makes any escape attempts impossible, without giving me time to shoot her down first. Behind her, there are only cardboard sets of different scenery. They were used for the plays that some of the drama classes enacted. She has no way to flee, but there is still some distance between us, considering what my weapon is, and that I only have one bullet to shoot with. I try to close the distance between us. Don't even try it, that's not the issue here. Well, not the biggest issue at least. Well, it is, but not the one I meant. What I meant was that you can't just go throwing your pants at a girl like that. Are you a stripper or something? Try to have more consideration. Who cares? We've done worse things in the past. You've made things 1,000 times worse. But that was before, not now. You could at least think a bit about what we're doing at this point. At this point? What do you mean? Don't make me say it loud. You know what I mean. Lucy blushes more than before and takes a step back, unable to look me in the eyes. I think I'm close enough to shoot her, but I hold off on it when I notice her acting in a way that I've never seen before. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? You're inconsiderate, CR. Since the day at the restaurant, I haven't even seen you. Would it have been so hard to, I don't know, come by and say hi? Because we didn't hang out over these past weeks. You're the one who wanted to focus on studying. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't come up with an excuse. One day you sneak into my classroom to see me and then next you forget about it. I don't know what to think. I've already told you that I did. Well, it doesn't matter. There's nothing to think. I can't believe we're discussing this in the first place. I put my finger on the trigger and start to gently pull it. At least I was taking our relationship seriously, Sayar. My vision clouds. The always sarcastic voice of Lucy is sweet for once. Her tearful eyes take control of my body and it refuses to obey me. My gun shoots of its own volition. The small plastic ball diverges from its course, passing by one of Lucy's cheeks. Her face instantly breaks out into a wide grin, an evil grin that no other human would be able to imitate. She disappears in the blink of an eye, and once again I'm disarmed. I fall to the floor, face up, without any chance of escaping once she sits on top of my naked abdomen, putting pressure on me with the full weight of her body. Now it's time to load your other weapon. I can hear the click of her rifle as it points directly at my chest, proving that Lucy won't make the same mistake twice, followed by her usual laugh that would drive anyone crazy. You're so naive, CR. You aren't the only one who can distract their enemies with words, nor the only one who was concealing another gun on them in case of an emergency. I guess you won't let me say last words in the situation, will you? Lucy smiles, and she clears away the hair covering her face with an arrogant gesture and gives me genuinely affectionate expression. I'm glad to see you again, Shear. I close my eyes, grit my teeth and clench my fists as I wait for the inevitable impact. But it's not a gunshot that I hear. Ding dong! The survival timer says time up! Silence fills the room. Neither of us are able to process what we just heard. It's not that weird funk that Ziva imitated bell sounds, although that's stupid enough by itself, but that time seemed to run out of the perfect moment. This is so lame, Ziva! Should have waited a few more seconds! What are we gonna do about it, Lucy? Now, if you don't mind, could you off me and stop point? Ow! Although time's up, I don't escape being shot point blank in the chest. It leaves me in a state of near death for a while. In the meantime, Lucy gets off me. Disappointment. That's all. I hope all have fun. Now all of you can come back to the field and give back all the equipment you were given. Also, check the scores. See you later! See that message through the loudspeakers is finished. Something odd catches my attention. She didn't mention my team among those that were eliminated. Are you absolutely sure you didn't shoot anyone? Maybe with a stray bullet? Impossible. I only had one bullet for the rest of the last round, and I used it against you just a moment ago. Lucy and I look off to the side together. Looking towards the cardboard seats sets as the end of the stage. We get closer and find a small hole in one of them. I see. So that explains why the door to this room was open. So that means that behind here there's... We take a look behind, and on the floor we find a guy with his hands on his forehead, trying to contain his pain. The bullet went through the cardboard and hit him directly. He was eliminated and also saved me in the process. I knew I had the cheat to shoot through walls turned on! I knew it! I don't know what you're talking about, but stop jumping and put your pants on, please. I have to screenshot this, sorry. The sun is high in the sky as it's zenith when we leave the building. Lots of volunteers are distributing drinks and attending to the audience. They seem to be even more diverse in an age now. And let's end the episode here actually. Maybe we'll find out in the next one what was the prize, because we still don't know. Hope you enjoyed it and see you then. Bye bye.